Video opens with a shot of a classroom, then quickly cuts to a crisp dollar bill, then a digital bank account balance. They don't teach you this in school, but the US government doesn't actually have the final say on your money. So who does? The Federal Reserve. Every single dollar in your wallet, every number you see in your bank account. It's all influenced by an institution that isn't even technically part of the government. Sounds a bit strange, right? So how does the Federal Reserve really control your money? Let's dive in and break it down. First off, what even is the Federal Reserve? You've probably heard it called the Fed. It's the central bank of the United States, created way back in 1913 after a string of financial panics. The goal was to bring stability to the US economy. But here's the fascinating part. It's designed to be an independent organization. This means politicians can't directly order it around. Yet, this very institution holds the power to influence the value of every single US dollar you own. It's a unique setup, a private-public hybrid that sits at the very heart of the financial system. The decisions made within its walls ripple out and affect everyone, from Wall Street investors to you and me. So, how does the Fed actually control the money supply? Forget the image of giant printing presses churning out cash. In the modern world, the Fed creates money digitally, often with just a few keystrokes. When the economy is slowing down and needs a boost, the Fed can inject money into the system. One way it does this is by lowering interest rates. This makes it cheaper for banks to borrow money, and they, in turn, are encouraged to lend more to businesses and individuals like us. Think car loans, mortgages, business expansions. More money flowing through the economy means more spending, which can spark short-term growth. But there's a catch. What happens when there's too much money chasing the same amount of goods? That's right, inflation. Your dollar starts to buy less than it used to. When inflation gets too high, the Fed steps in again. But this time, it hits the brakes. It raises interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow. This discourages spending, cools down the economy, and eventually, prices start to stabilize. It's this constant, delicate balancing act, like gently pressing the gas pedal and then tapping the brake to keep the car running smoothly. That's essentially how the Fed steers the entire economy and, by extension, influences the value of the money in your wallet. Now let's talk about the hidden power of these interest rates. Think of interest rates as the gravity of the financial world. When rates are low, it's like a low-gravity environment. Assets tend to float upwards. Stock prices, housing values, and other investments often rise because borrowing is cheap and money is plentiful. But when the Fed raises rates, gravity gets stronger. Everything feels heavier. Stock markets might dip, the housing market can cool off, and the value of investments can fall. A tiny change, even 0.25%, decided by the Fed can shift trillions of dollars across the global economy. This is why investors, business leaders, and governments hang on every word from the Fed's meetings. A single announcement can send shockwaves through markets overnight. So, let's bring it back to you. What does this all mean for your daily life? It means a group of unelected economists and bankers in Washington, D.C. has a direct impact on your financial reality. Their decisions determine whether the interest rate on your next car loan is a great deal or a budget buster. They influence how much you'll pay on your credit card debt each month. They can even affect your job security by trying to speed up or slow down the economy. It's a powerful, complex system that operates behind the scenes, but its effects are felt by every single one of us. Understanding how the Fed works is the first step to understanding the bigger forces that shape your financial future. Thanks so much for watching and for wanting to learn more about how the world of money really works. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more content that demystifies complex topics, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Drop a comment below with any questions you have or what you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.